There's a barking little thing. Yeah, that hit her solid. Not a big fan of Mauser sights. So very tiny, little notch in there. It doesn't help that my dog is in the shade. Okay, this is my 1891 Argentine Calvary Carbine. And it's a loud, obnoxious little bugger. So what I was going to talk about was brass. Now the brass I use is a mix of the Norma 765 Argentine and some that I made out of 270 Winchester. And it works. I've had trouble with the Norma splitting around the case mouth. You know, they're good for about 6 times and then they'll split. Actually, the 270 seems to hold up better. Don't know why, but it brings up. The good thing is that I can now get a hold of some PPU brass, which maybe will be better than the Norma. I'm hoping. The brass for the obscure calibers seems to be more available now. But what I was going to mention is a guy, Brian, another Brian, different Brian, out of Tennessee, that sent me some 348 Winchester. Now, you know, I don't actually have a 348. My cousin does, a Model 71. Very nice rifle. And I'd really like to get one of them. And, you know, when he first got that, we had to kind of scramble for brass for that. So, he had gotten some, this Brian, that he was trying to convert to work in a Swiss Vetterli. And he was finding that the rim was too thick. Now, I know people have used these for a Vetterli, but they've also used 303 British. You know, like I say, Cobalt 49 has done quite a little of work with the Vetterli, and I'd really love to have one. You know, the Swiss ones, I like the tube magazine thing, appeals to me. But he gave up on, this Brian gave up on converting these. And rather than butcher them, he sent them to me. And I was trying to make use of them. You know, that was nice of him. Because these are available at the moment, but they're about $2 a piece. But I saw like the Argentine now, I can get that for, I think it's like 80 cents a piece. Something on that order. So that ain't too bad. You know, I can live with that. Though, like I said, I had trouble with the Norma. But I've been finding some of that stuff to be a little more available now. This is the one that I have to look for I have one box of this 300 Savage, and I really have to get more of that up ahead. I don't use it a lot, but you know, it's better to have some on hand. So I see that's available too, so I'll be ordering some brass. But this little Argentine, that's a fine gun. So I would like to keep some brass on hand for that. Just, you know, it's such a small, light, little gun. It's kind of convenient to have something of that size. Like I say, they've got to be, the guns, you know, aren't too expensive. They're maybe around $500 for the carbine. You know, they're more expensive than the long rifle. But like I said, I'd really like to get a 348, but the 348, they run, you know, for the Model 71, there's kind of a variation in the grade of them. But they tend to run $1,500 to $2,500, getting up to $4,000 for a really good one. Like the one my cousin has got is a really good one. So I'd like to get one like that. I'll keep an eye on that if that ever turns out for sale. But it's funny, you know, I got to thinking about the Savage, you know, they're easy to reload for. But I get a lot of comments on the Model 99 now because it's getting close to hunting season. Then people start thinking, yeah. And they're a fine gun. It's just that I've got other guns I use more, so I've always, you know, one box of shells has been enough, but I really should make more use of it, and I should get more brass on hand. But this will be good to have some extra 348 because I really like to get one of them. That's a very fine gun. But that, like I say, that was another Brian out of Tennessee, so thanks for that, and we will make use of that. This is one thing that's, you know, some guns you can shoot without earplugs, not that little Mauser. That son of a bitch is loud and mean and just but the good thing is, technically, you know, it's in 1891, technically it's not a firearm. It's an antique. You can carry it anywhere. It's not a dangerous weapon, though she sure behaves dangerously.